So I'm going to make this the right arm, and I'm just going to match that with my arm over here. It's a little wide, so I'm going to shrink that down. Alright, that's looking pretty good. Now I'm gonna name it. So this will be my right arm collarbone. This will be my right arm bone. This will be my right forearm bone. And this one will be my right hand bone. Then once we have that, then we can do the same thing that we did with the legs. Click Add Arm, and as you can see, it automatically mimics the same arm that we had before. Already has that done for us. Now we just have to move it to the right place. And again, try and match it up with the pivot points of where the bones are going to pivot. Now let's go ahead and name that. Just copy that over. But this is going to be our left arm. Alright, we're getting close. We have that set up where it should be. That's not my favorite color. I'm going to change that a little bit. Let's make it hot pink. Alright, and now one of the last steps is we click on where we had before, kind of top of the torso area, and let's see, go to the modify panel. And then for the neck and the head, we're actually going to click Add Spine again. They don't have a specific one for the neck and head, but apparently the spine is the exact same thing. So I'm going to do that. Just shrink it down. put it about where the head would rotate. Size is a bit weird, so I'm going to change that. I'm going to rename this one to head bone. And this one to, yeah, neck bone. Alright, now we have our cat rig. Like our character, all set up. Again, if I click here, I can move the whole thing. And the great thing about this is now that I've created my cat rig, I can, if I go, where is it? I go here, I go to helpers, cat parent, I can save, oh wait, hold on. Yeah. Okay, yeah, so the easiest way to do it is to click on this thing, which holds all the bones, go where I went before to, where was it? Here, then helpers, then the cat parent one. Now I have an option when I click here. Oops. Yada yada yada, cat parent. No, it's not giving me an option anymore. I seem to be creating multiple. Alright, so I click there, then I go here, and then I have the option to save. And now, let's say I've saved it. I've saved a couple already. I've rebuilt this quite a few times, but you can just name it hair rig, yeah. Or I can name it Archer Rig or Hero Rig or whatever, and then I can save it. And now what you can do is when you want to create it again, you just go back to the cat parent. You can see it's right there, and then if you just click, you can see my model is my cat rig is already there. And it should be possible to save in animations even to that cat rig, so we can reuse old animations and stuff like that. So, I mean, that's a pretty cool feature that we can just instantly create one for all of our heroes like that. And that might even be the way we do it. You know, we might want to just create one cat rig for all the hero characters and just put all our animations into this one rig file. But now that we have this, now on to the fun stuff of animating. So, alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to unfreeze all. Now I can select my parts and I'm just going to show them again. Like so. Now I found there's a couple ways to do this. One is you can go to this and you can add a skin modifier to it and then just attach it to that one bone. I prefer to just link it. I don't know, hopefully that doesn't cause us any problems in the future, but I've tried it out in Unity and it seems to work fine and I find it faster. So it's kind of up to you. You can either add a skin modifier and then add it to the appropriate bone that we've named, or you can just take this and link everything together. Which, yeah, I haven't had any problems with so far. So take that, link it to the right arm bone, like that, link it there. Let's take the head, link it there. Let's take the body, link it to the spine. Let's take the waist, link it to the pelvis. That one follows it, so I'm going to link it to the same thing. This leg, link it to that leg. This leg, link it to that leg. Boot, I'm going to link it to that one. and so on. And I think this one I should have linked there. Alright, so now it should be ready to animate. And there's a couple options we can do when we want to animate with cat. Let's see. One way, turn off my link, is now I can go to the motion panel, and you can see I'm under the parameters menu. Now, cat has this like built-in walk cycle that you can use. You can create the built-in walk cycle, and then you can then edit it from there if you like that walk cycle. Or you can basically create an animation from scratch, which I'll also show you how to do, which I think will allow us to do kind of make things more how we want them to, and might even save us work in the end than using this kind of fancy predefined cat rig. But I'm going to show you both. So what I can do is I have this, which is my add layer, and this is like basically like layers in Photoshop only with animations. So I can create a bunch of different animations in this same layer, and then turn them on, off, and then and work with them this way. So I'm going to add that one, which this is called a cat motion layer. And if I click play, now let's play it. You can see I already have a walk cycle. The only problem is one of my mesh bones isn't completely connected right there. But I actually think that these should be attached to one another. So that is what I'm going to do. Let's attach those real quick, and you can see now we have it's an editable mesh, and then again I'm going to add an X form to it just to be safe. If you don't move your model at all, then it's fine. And also if you go to edit mesh and then you also select the polygons like this and you move it this way, then your model will also be okay from distortion. But again, if you always have this X form modifier on it, it should always be safe. It's weird stuff, I know, but it's just, we just need to do it. So I'm going to again relink that one. Now let's go back to our cat rig, motion panel. Now let's try and add that walk cycle again. And bingo. And you can see she's moving back and forth. That's because, this is more kind of geared towards it's supposed to be, I think, for a more 3D type of model, but we can actually adjust all this stuff in real time. And I'll show you how to do that. What we do is once we have this walk cycle working, then we click on this paw button. And you see we have all these kind of parameters. Yep. And what this allows us to do is we can just play this, and then we can do things like for example, increase the max step time. If we do that, the whole animation slows down. So this is basically controlling the speed of the animation. We can also speed it up. We can adjust the stride length. So if we make it really wide, you can see now she's got this really kind of wide stride to her. But I think that's too wide. Way too wide.